episode 17 of the Captain and the Real Deal podcast. On today's episode, them guys recap the Week 13 games and then analyze the Week 14 matchups for their respective teams, the Seattle Seahawks and the Minnesota Vikings. They also will discuss how well they did predicting the other Week 13 games, as well as recapping the results from their Week 13 fantasy matchups.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Damen und Herren, it's time for the podcast featuring Captain Vuk and Billy Gold, aka The Real Deal. This is the only place that's talking Hawks and Kings, but to be specific, we're talking Seattle Seahawks and Minnesota Vikings. So strap up. We're taking you on a fantastic voyage, unlike any you've ever been on, so sit back and get ready to set sail to the emerald-rich lands of the Seattle Seahawks and the treasure-filled valleys of the Minnesota Vikings, with your hosts, Captain Vuk and Billy Gold, aka The Real Deal. Let's get it.
Is this, Cap? Is it 17?
1-7, baby.
1-7.
Let's go.
I got 1-6 on my notes. I'm already messing up. We just got started.
It's all good today, baby.
Scolders, the 12s, Scolders. Oh, pain. Football fans, welcome to episode 17. My notes were not right, but we got it. We got it out there. Cap saved me again as usual. So welcome, Cap.
My man, what's up? What's up?
We got a lot of info today. A lot of fun stuff. I'm Billy Gold, along with my co-host, Captain Vuk.
It's your guy. What's cracking, y'all?
And the original Maverick, Top Gun.
Watch your six. He's at your 5 o'clock, Mike. Watch him at your 5. Oh, nice. He hit the brakes.
The production engineer.
Can't catch Mike. Can't catch him slipping.
Exactly. Mike. Cruise. Left to right to left. Get out of here. All right. Another great episode in store for you today, as we're going to recap the Week 13 games and then take a deep dive into the Week 14 matchups for our respective teams. We also will predict the outcomes of all the Week 14 games. And we're still way over the Mendoza line, right?
Always.
We're doing well. As well, the Mendoza line's only 200. So
I don't even know where that's at, but I'm with it. Let's go. If we're over, we're over.
That's an old baseball term. If you can hit, if you don't hit over 200, you're not over the Mendoza line.
Oh, okay.
So we're way higher than that. I think we're like at 70%. So we're like triple and a half of the Mendoza line.
We're rolling.
All right. We'll also discuss our fantasy teams. And I think the Cat and myself, this might be the first week we both won together.
We laid it down.
We brought the hammer.
Yes, we did. Just like Thor.
That's right. Exactly.
Oh, yeah.
And that just brings memories of last episode when we talked about the hammer and Thor. As always, get your solo cup out, fill it up to the line, put the topper on, sit back, and get ready for another fantastic voyage. Cap!
My brother.
Let's roll.
Captain.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are so glad to be back. A little bit of history to cover. We got a great week to recap. It's going to be both sides of the scale, but it'll be a ball. So before we get into that, I just want to let you know that we are going to introduce a new segment tonight called The VIP Room. It's for authorized personnel only. And the VIP room, guess where it's located, B-Go?
It's at the 50-yard line where we sat.
That's exactly right. Why would it be anywhere else? So we have a very special segment coming up, and we're going to go ahead and launch that baby right now. Hello?
Hello?
Is this you, Seattle Socrates?
Yes, it is, sir.
What's up, my man? Welcome to the VIP room. You're the first guest, one of our VIPs at the 50-yard line in the authorized personnel only section. I know a whole lot about you, but everybody else out here does not. They've just heard about you. So welcome to the show.
Thank you.
All right. So we're going to kick it off. A couple questions, a little back and forth, and then we're going to, let you ease on down the Emerald Road. Okay.
Not a problem.
All right.
As cold as it can be right now.
I hear you on that. So let me kick it off with my first question. Number one, we're coming off the heels of a beautiful victory, much needed. What do you think was the difference in our win against the 49ers, our heated rival?
Well, I think it was more of a complete game all the way around, but I think the biggest difference was Mr. Homer taking that fake punt and going to the yard. I think that set the tone for the rest of the game.
1,000% couldn't agree with you more, and I will be hammering that during this show today. So thank you for that. Let my man B Gold kick in.
All right, Seattle Socrates, welcome to the show. Glad to have you. So I understand that you're the harder of the two on the Seattle Seahawks organization as compared to Mr. Vuk here, who gives them a pass every week. But welcome to the show. As an outsider to the Vikings organization, who's out first and why? Coach Zimmer or QB Kirk Cousins?
I think Kurt is. I think he's got another 1 to 2 years, maybe one at the most. Simple reason, he's done more this year than what people think he has, in my opinion. So I would say the coach. It's just from what I've seen in the past, and everything that since he's been there, I think that's what's going to happen.
Good. As you've been listening to the show, I wanted Zimmer on week 1.
And Mike, for the record, I agree with you. I think that was good insight on
good
both,
insight.
both of those folks.
Yeah, and we like to hear it. I want to hear it outside the organization view. I mean, Cousins, I believe Cousins this year, I think he's been better than advertising. You know what? He still it took him 7 years to get him an offensive line. He hasn't been here 7 years. We just can never figure out the OL. But thank you for the insight. I appreciate it. Cap.
All right, so check this out, Mr. Seattle Socrates. What do you think will be the future of Pete Carroll, and will he see the end of the season? And if so, what is his future, do you think, in Seattle, and why?
He's done after this year.
You think so?
If he does not do what he's supposed to do in the next 2 to 3 games, he'll be done before. I think John Schneider's going to be right on his coattails. I'm going to come after that whole organization. He has his hands in too much, period. He cannot stick to what he knows, defense. He came out and says he's going to run the ball more, but he hasn't done that. He's gone to passing. And he can't keep his hands out of what he doesn't know. He knows defense. Yeah, he knows offense too, but he knows defense. That's what he is. He's not an offensive-minded person. So he needs to let Russ and Shane do their jobs. They proved it. I think he pulled back a little bit on Sunday and let Shane do some calling like Shane knows how to do.
So does the rumor mill back in Seattle say that Pete Carroll is actually putting his hands in the offense? Because I know that he had came out publicly and said that he was letting Mr. Shane Waldron do his own thing and he was not going to meddle with him. But is the scuttlebutt there that Pete is actually messing around with the offense, which is not his expertise?
Yeah. Yes. I work at night, so I do hear a lot of other talk shows and stuff, and some during the day, and even some ex-players have said he has his hands in there more than he should.
Well, that's good insight. And if that's true, you know that Jody Allen knows that. So we'll find out the truth coming up. That's good work from Mr. Seattle Socrates.
We like the insight. So I have a final question. It's not football related, but it's something that I definitely know Top Gun and I want to know. We want to know something about Captain Vuk.
Uh-oh.
That Top Gun and the real deal might not know.
How long do you have?
Well, we typically do an hour and 8-minute podcast, but you know what? If you just give us a quick one, we'll have you back, and I'll ask the same question every time you're back.
Now, don't forget you're my brother now.
I can tell you this. Captain Vuk, as I call him, my brother from another mother, he is what you get. He's 100% authentic, honest, caring. He is one of the best people I've ever known or will ever know.
That's a great answer. And by the way, that balances our show out because I'm the total opposite of all that. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, that's really good for the audience.
Hey, my brother, I want to say thank you for those comments, man. I didn't know that question was coming, and I appreciate you. And you know that I love you and your family. That'll never change. Always brothers from other mothers, man. And as always, go Hawks.
Hey, I have a question for the real deal. If I can.
The real deal.
Let's bring it.
Let's go.
Okay, Mr. Gold.
B Gold. It's B Gold.
B Gold, Mr. Gold, B Gold. Okay. Where do you see your head coach and quarterback going?
The coach, if he doesn't win at Pittsburgh, if Pittsburgh doesn't beat Pittsburgh this Thursday at home, if he set himself up so they can't even put in interim coaches because there's nobody. The offensive coordinator is too young. The defensive coordinator he shares it with Zimmer's son. There's nobody that can replace him. So he set himself up to skate through this year. At the end of the season, he's done. Cousins, I'll tell you, I've seen a lot from Cousins this year. He gets hammered in the media. And yes, he does make mistakes, but I don't see a lot of quarterbacks except out of maybe 3 that don't make mistakes here and there. I think Cousins can get you there. I seen Trent Dilfer get a team there. So I think Cousins can get there. I think Zimmer, like Carroll, doesn't know how to coach an offense. Zimmer can't even coach a defense this year. So if Cousins can adjust his salary to let us get some more players, I'd probably roll him for another 3 years. So Zimmer out, Cousins, it's up to him. If he laid his roots in Minnesota and he wants to help the team out, and by the way, when you listen to this episode, I will talk about a couple coaches that are going to replace Zimmer. At least I've already said Brian DeBall from Buffalo, but I have a hot take this week that I heard yesterday. And when you hear that one, I think you're going to jump in and say, you know what? I think this is the right move.
Good. I'm going to inject one more thing, and then you guys can discuss it. I wasn't sure if you heard the breaking news within the last hour or so that Mr. Jamal Adams is done for the year. He's getting labor and surgery.
Yes, we heard it.
Yep, we got it, bro.
We got it. So, and you know what? He's a great pickup for your franchise. I just hope it doesn't affect the Jets. It doesn't make the Jets pick any better this year.
I don't know. I gotta wait. I hope it doesn't either, but I think you're going to see some major changes coming in both offensive defense. I think you'll see a couple new defensive linemen. I think you'll see a couple offensive linemen. I think a cornerback or two. And I definitely will see some running backs coming in, but our offensive receivers are just, if they play the way they're capable of playing we know they can play. There's no reason to go after anyone. We got people sitting there that people don't realize on the practice squad that are going to be showing up next year. Exactly.
And, I think some of these coaches, I don't want to say these older coaches, they don't give the young guys the chance. And you know what? There's a lot of other organizations that take them out of the box and get them on the field. Zimmer he does that every year. Get some of these guys out there.
We have a history of playing the younger ones, but I know that if Pete Carroll is gone after this year, which I'm not advocating for, there will be massive change in Seattle. Massive. So Seattle Socrates, my man, thank you so much for jumping into the show, jumping into the fray. Yeah, you'll be back. And like we said before, happy holidays to you and your family, man. Much love, brother.
You too. I'll talk to you later.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay. That was awesome. So let's start today with some questions and open items. So, Cap.
Yes, sir.
I compiled 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 questions. We're not doing them today. I'm just trying to get ahead of myself. So, what Here, let's do this one.
Question time.
What would, and I don't even have an answer. I'm going to have to make up answers for myself. What would you tell your teenage self if you could go back in time?
If I could go back in time, I would tell my teenage self to not declare a major right out the chute, right out of high school. That was a horrible mistake I made. I took the ACT, the SAT, the everything you could think of, the ASVAB, the Washington State pre-college test. And the Washington State pre-college test said you would be an excellent major in accounting. And having no help from the counseling center at my particular school, I said, okay, I'll just declare accounting as my major right out the gate. Horrible move. And I didn't even know how to add or drop a class right out the chute. I had to get my cousins who had been to college before me to help me with that after the fact. So I had a struggle, and I recovered and paid for that struggle my whole 4 years at my university. But I got it done. I just took my core classes after that, got stabilized, and jumped into a major that I loved.
Awesome. Great answer. So again,
I can't wait to hear your answer.
Well, usually I write them down, but I concentrated on getting questions and no answers. It's backfiring
That's
on me.
That's a good question. Though.
It's
I like
backfiring.
that.
So as I'm saying it, here's where I'm going with this. If I could go back in time and tell my teenage self something, it would be, why did you not invest in property next to water? Because back in the day, nobody ever told you, buy something by the water, and 15 or 20 years from now, it's going to quadruple what it's worth.
That is true.
You know? So I would have bought all strips of anything with blue water. You know? And
it's a good investment.
It's just something that I should have did. And another thing for young people as workers, it's changed, but back in the day, I wish that I had known to work for an agency that continues to give pensions. That you knew that was going to be guaranteed.
Yeah,
you know,
that's a big deal.
I worked for a company that I have a pension from. That I'm not old enough yet. I'm getting close, but I'm not old enough yet. But they froze it at a certain point. But some of the government ones weren't allowed to do that. So it's something that I wish that would be the second thing. But the first thing is the property by the water is going crazy. And back in the day, you could have got stuff in Key West or anywhere for next to nothing. And you could have had a little a shack and it'd be worth millions of dollars now. So that would be my question. That's the only one I'm going with this week.
Yeah, it's amazing what you don't know until you learn it later.
Exactly.
So I have one question for B Gold, and I definitely have one for the real deal today. The question for B Gold is as follows. Back in your elementary days, did B Gold have a favorite candy bar? And if so, what was it and why?
Oh, so you're not going to ask both. All right, we'll go to that one first. Favorite candy bar? Favorite candy bar? I like all candy. I think it would have to be a Mounds.
Okay.
Because I'm a dark chocolate freak. And the little coconut inside there's pretty cool.
Yep. That was a good one.
It would be a Mounds.
Okay.
I'd go to Mounds. Yeah, I'd go to Mounds. That's an Almond Joy. No.
Oh, yeah. Peter Paul's Almond Joy's got nuts. Mounds.
And by the way, I've been to the Peter Paul factory.
Where is it?
It's in Connecticut.
Really?
Well, it was in Connecticut. It was like up towards past Derby, Connecticut. I don't think they're there anymore, but that was when I was a youngster.
Cool. Yeah, real quick. Mine was a candy bar called the whatchamacallit.
Well, and I've seen that.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know what's in it. That's why you call it whatchamacallit.
I stopped doing everything to knock that bar down.
Nice.
So here's a question for the real deal. Out of all of the Vikings that have ever suited up for your beloved team, who, in your opinion, was one of the toughest to ever do it? And why do you rate their toughness so high?
The toughest.
I know there's quite a few on that list.
Yeah, there's quite a few, but the toughest. The toughest would be John Randall.
Oh, I like that pick.
John Randall. You know, if you listen to one of the first 3 episodes, in order for him, he was cut when he got drafted. Actually, he was undrafted, and he came to the Vikings because somebody scouted him, said, give him a try. He had to put a chain inside of his sweatpants to make the weight.
That's right.
And he made the team. And they said he was undersized. They said he was short. They said he didn't, they had every excuse in the book why they said you can't get on our squad. But he got past the weigh-in, and he was a beast after that. I mean, his motor never stopped running. And there's nobody that could stop John Randall when he was on his game. And you know that because he played for your team.
He did. And I agree with you. He was a monster on the field and so much fun to watch. And,
John Randall, but you know what? I wish I could remember the other guy's name. Oh, I do.
Who?
There was a guy back in the day. He was a linebacker. And you guys got to look this guy up. This guy was considered one of the meanest, bad-ass men that you ever met in your life. And you got to look up stories of this guy. His name was Lonnie Warwick.
I heard you mention him before.
Linebacker Lonnie Warwick. Look up some stories. And when his teammates talk about him, they said, you do not want to get in front of this guy.
Sounds like he could have dinner with LT.
He will
Lawrence Taylor.
He will have you for dinner.
He ain't gonna catch
So
me.
if you're looking baddest of the bad man, it's Lonnie Warwick. If you're looking for a guy who just does not quit and will not be beat,
Always looking for those guys.
that's John Randall
And Lonnie Warwick.
and Lonnie Warwick.
I love it. I love it.
That's what I got for that.
Cool. Thank you very much. I'm
All
good.
right.
I am good.
We're going to move on to some open items. And hey, everybody out there, I let the Cap get to his questions without him reminding me.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
That's first time in quite some time. All right, open items.
Good.
So I introduced the Mighty Heroes to the show last week. I got my first 1967 edition comic number 2 in the mail today, right before the show. So I have one of the original 4 1967 comics. And they are, believe me, they are not easy to get. So if anybody out there has any insight on how to get them, I've got episode 2. I need 1, 3, and 4. So hit me up. And these guys, them guys, well, actually, them guys are the Cap myself, but we're adding Top Gun to them guys. And them guys were supposed to watch an episode. So I don't know if you got a chance to watch an episode. I know Top Gun's been putting it off, but Cap, did you get a chance to watch an episode?
Yes, I did. And I think it was called like the Shockers or something
It is the
like
Shockers,
that.
yep.
And this is just to get it out there. This is a goofy group of crew. This is a goofy crew, but they stick together through thick and thin, and they utilize each other's powers to the best of their ability, and they don't quit.
They usually get beat down first and then they win.
It took all 5 of them to deal with this guy today that was stealing all the electricity in this city.
That's the same one I saw. I saw it on Saturday.
Oh my
Yeah, I
goodness.
saw it on Saturday, exactly. And they had the minutes or something.
Yep, they're good. They're flying up to the power cables and draining all the energy.
all the power.
Because the guy was like, I want all the electricity. Let's go get it all.
And Cuckoo Man could barely fly.
Cuckoo Man got lit up. He was flying backwards. His flashlight was going the wrong way.
He got lit up. So I think moving forward, we're going to have a Mighty Heroes, just a recap of the episodes. There's only 10 episodes in their whole lifetime, so we just did one of them.
Yeah, I was cracking up.
Top Gun, you're going to have to join in on these. You got some homework this week, buddy.
Yeah, you got to watch that episode. There was something else.
Cap, what do you got for an open item?
The only open item I had was that last week I had said when we had that kickoff, that onside kickoff that we tried to conduct, and there was an individual inside the hash marks, which we both didn't know that was a rule. I had said that it was John Radigan, our guy from the United States Military Academy officer. Wasn't my guy, John Radigan. It was my captain, Nick Ballore.
Oh,
but you know what?
After you gave him so much praise.
I still give him praise. That's my guy, regardless. And if you don't know, I think he's now second in the league in special teams tackles. So his effort is never going to be questioned in my book.
All right. That just means that the other team's kicking off to you guys a lot.
We are, yeah. Our defense, if you don't know, our defense has been on the field more than any other defense in the league.
No, while it's commendable, it's probably not something you want to lead the league in.
No, but even though that's been the case, guess who's leading the entire league in tackles? You know who it is. You have no idea, right?
I do not.
Bobby Wagner. That's
Bobby Wagner. It's always Bobby Wagner.
All good.
Who's running for president? Bobby Wagner.
If he runs
who had lunch with the real deal yesterday? Bobby Wagner.
Who's in the backseat of Top Gun's jet? Damn, how did Bobby get back there?
It's Bobby Wagner. All right. Cap, let's move on to the... I actually have one of these this week, so you can go first, or I can, whatever you want. I have the tip of the cap from the Cap.
Good, because I do not have a Bam Bam award this week.
I have...
You do?
I have a Bam Bam
good,
moment.
Good.
Yeah, I have a Bam
I must have missed one. Good.
Yeah, no, so So let's do a tip of the cap from the cap, you, and then I have one from the real deal.
All right. Well, I have 2 tips of the cap. I'll be brief on the first one.
Go ahead. Well, I'm looking at the page. It's like
I don't want to forget.
It's like a book.
I got to give my first tip of the cap to Coach Bill Belichick. For those that did not see the Monday night game, in the inclement weather, if you don't know, and I'm not going to tell you too much other than the New England Patriots only threw the ball 3 times, once in the first half, twice in the second half against the very tough Buffalo Bills.
I saw the game.
What'd you think about that display of courage by Coach Belichick and saying, I have a passing quarterback, but guess what we need to do to win this game? Run it down their throat consistently.
You want to know what I thought about it?
I do want to know.
You do?
I do.
All right. RESPECT, better than an apology. RESPECT, earned it from the TRD. Coach Belichick, nice job.
Wow. I know that was not easy, and that sounded good, actually. I like that. That was Coach Belichick, the GOAT, getting some respect from the real deal, because you've been on him.
I've been on him, but he earned it.
Yeah, he did.
He earned it.
He did his thing, and his team did
I told you. I said it. That was an open item.
It was. I mean, I was thinking about the movie Fearless with Jet Li when I was watching this game. If you haven't seen that movie, you got to check it out. But that's what Bill Belichick did. But there's somebody else that was fearless on Sunday.
Who's that?
My second tip of the cap goes to my special teams coach, Mr. Larry.
Oh, I know where this is going.
Mr. Coach I think his first name is Larry. Coach Izzo. Yeah, Coach Larry Izzo. If you didn't see this game, watch the first quarter. If you watch the first quarter, you will not. Matter of fact, if you watch the first drive, you will watch the entire game. We get the ball kicked off to us, right? We go first down, not too productive. Second down, not too productive. Third down, not too productive. It's kind of a song dance we've been
3 and out.
Yeah, we're at 3rd and 4 inside our own territory at the 27-yard line, I think. So we do what we do a lot. We get up in punt formation.
They're used to the formation.
Yeah, and I think it was our 26-yard line. So we get into
27.
It was, and this is the part that was so cool to y'all that don't know. We ran a fake punt, which is something that they practice. If they get the right look, the up back, which is Travis Homer, gets the green light to just call it. Now, to call it inside your own territory that deep is gutsy as it comes.
Gutsies.
Beginning of the game, we are in need of a win, and my man came correct and broke it off and took it where?
To the house.
To the house. It set the 12s on fire, the team on fire. Everybody in the Emerald Nation went bananas. And it set the tone, like Seattle Socrates said. It set the tone. And that was a great tone that was exhibited on all 3 phases of our game on Sunday. So tip of the cap to you, Travis, and to Coach Larry Izzo. Well done.
Well done. Well done. It made the top 10 plays of the week. I don't know where it fell in.
It should have been number 1.
I think it was in the top 5.
I can't believe it's not number 1.
I didn't get the number. That's an open item. We got to check. Okay. I gotta get ready for this one. All right. It's the real deal moment of the week.
I love these. Let's go.
Okay.
Unpredictable.
It's a short song.
Here we go. Another acapella.
Short song for Coach Zim.
Uh-oh. Did you get him a nickname yet, by the way? Because I think you need
I told you. There's not a 4th down that I don't like that I'm going for.
That's his nickname? All right.
It's a long one.
I thought Purple Drain would have been perfect. But
Purple Drain. Yeah, well, we don't need nicknames for much longer.
Yeah. All
right, ready?
Yep, let's do it.
Oh, Coach, you must be lying to me when you say you're gonna win. When you say you're gonna win, oh, Coach Zim, you must be lying to me. When you say you're gonna win, when you say you're gonna win, oh, Coach Zim, you didn't succeed. And now you're at the end. Special thanks to Biz Marquis.
Blew him out the spot. Yeah, shout out to Biz and shout out to B Gold. Dropping knowledge and dropping bars on his most unfavorite coach.
A little old school for you.
Yeah, that's a beautiful track right there.
I did the best I could. So let's move right into the Bam Bam moment. So I'm gonna go first this week, Cap.
I don't even have one, so
right,
let me get yours. I saw one I liked, but he got flagged on it. It was in the Chicago-Arizona game. It was a great hit, but he hit him in his head, so I don't want to give it up on that one.
All right, good. Good. So after the loss, the painful loss, painful loss.
I believe it.
Prevent yourself from winning. I went to visit Coach Zimmer in the locker room. I went and saw Zim.
Was he there?
He was there.
Okay.
He wasn't expecting me.
How'd it go, B-Gold? Was it B-Gold or the real deal?
It was the real deal.
Oh,
and
Lord.
Here's audio of what happened. Now,
I got a few questions.
As you can see,
Oh, my goodness.
I don't have a mark on me. I cannot say the same for the coach.
Well, first of all, what was up with all them bottles in the locker room? And he didn't know you was coming, obviously.
He did not know I was coming.
And that had to be the real deal. That could have been.
It was a planned attack.
B-Gold. Did you drop off the real deal? Did he say, hey, listen, drop me off. I'll be right back. Oh, my goodness. And he had a recorder going?
Yes.
That's rough.
So, Zim, I hope you learned your lesson.
So, I mean, is because you guys lost to the Detroit Lions, what was their record going into that game?
They had no wins. What do we know? We didn't care about the rest. 10 losses and a tie.
Now they got to win.
And when I was mad at, I was giving grief to the team that tied them.
Wow. That was a rough day.
All right, we ready to move on to a recap of the games?
Let's do it.
You want to go first?
If you want me to, I can. I mean, I absolutely am excited
I got to get my vocal cords back in line here to start talking again.
About what we're doing. So if you don't know, the Seattle Seahawks came to play, as we usually do. In this particular game, we got the actual W, which we have been fiending for. Seattle Seahawks win the game. And it was a 30-23 was the victory. You kind of predicted a flip-flop of the score, I think, with us, because you picked us to lose, I think.
Yeah, I did. 30-23. Okay. Yep. Exactly.
So, a couple of things that stick out right away. Number one, George Kittle destroyed us.
And I predicted that as well.
Well, you predicted also that he would get like 40 points in fantasy, and he got 39.6.
Yes, exactly. Yes.
So he did his thing.
Wait.
What?
I predicted 40, got 39.6.
Yeah, it's pretty much 40 if you round it up. It is. And the cool thing about that is that it benefited the Destiny
Travelways. It helped you win.
Fantasy football team. But we let him, he acted up on us. He got 9 catches for 181 yards and 2 touchdowns. But nobody else destroyed us.
Nope.
And we won the game. Now, we left some points on the board. Let's just get that out there. But the balance sheet was a lot better for us. Time of possession was better, which I'll give to you. But we had 327 total yards. They had 365. We had 181 in the air, which is not great, but that's okay. They had 294. And again, 181 of those went to George Kittle.
Yeah.
So take that out. You distribute the rest of it by about 103 yards or 111, 13 yards, whatever. We can handle that. The rushing yards, San Fran was supposed to come in with their little attack and all this on the ground, their goal rush attack. It didn't happen. Matter of fact, you know what? Top Gun, are you with me, brother?
I am.
Can you do me a favor and let's start this fight for real? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another Lumen Stadium Seahawk fight. This week's Week 13 battle participants are as follows. In the red corner, and coming in red hot with a record of 6-5 and weighing in at a solid 49 tons of pure northern gold and bringing their gold rush attack with them, led into battle by General Kyle Shanahan, is none other than the rival San Francisco 49ers. In the green corner, with a blazing record of 3-7 and representing the Emerald Nation, and yes, that includes the world-renowned 12s, bringing with them a never-quit attitude and under the watchful eye of the Green Lantern himself, in the Coast City, weighing in at an amazing 12,000 tons of pure green emeralds and led into the fray by none other than the battle-tested veteran General Pete Carroll, and ready to rock some bells and defend their home battle zone, it's your Seattle Seahawks! Baby, it was beautiful. It was beautiful, B-Gold. I've been dying for a win for weeks. And the balance that we have been asking for with regard to let us have the ball and possess it for more than 18, 19 minutes, we were able to do that. We kept our yards per play on the ground at 4.8, respectable. The Niners had 6.5. But again, their rushing threat that they were going to come in and try to push on us, I warned them. I absolutely warned them. It didn't work. And I want to give a shout out to my guy, Coach Shane Waldron. I give respect where respect is due. I saw you out there fighting, and I know that Coach Izzo led the charge when he came out with his all cards on the table play in the form of Travis Homer and that fake punt that set the tone. Now, if you didn't see our entire game, I mean, Coach Waldron was trying bubble screens. He was trying crossing routes. He did some mix match, pass back and forth from one receiver back to Russell. He was trying to get it in. And you know what? I said, it wasn't me, actually. It was Commander Vuk in the mission briefing. He
just got it a week late.
He did, and that's okay.
He missed it.
There's only 3 of them, and he listened to all 3 of them. But the key in the last mission briefing, called Operation Crushed to Dust, was to be the aggressor. Stop waiting to get punched in your jaw, because you could get woozy, you could get knocked out. You need to launch the attack, and that's what they did. It was great. Those are the 3 phases that I've been waiting for. The entire Emerald Nation and the 12s have been waiting for, because I knew once it happened, we would look like the team we should be looking like. So hats off to everybody. Now, we took a serious casualty in this game, B Gold. Jamal Adams, my guy, heal up soon, my man. He's out for the season, torn labrum. He has to have surgery, and we're going to get him right, and we're going to take care of that guy, because he played his heart out for us. I don't care what anybody else says.
He's a great player. Great player.
So just real quick, and I'll shut this down, but our third down efficiency was 33%. Theirs was 30%. We did give up 4 sacks. Not happy about that. Nothing's ever over.
No, that's from the briefing.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you know what? I'm glad you said that, because something Pete Carroll said after the game. Do you know what he said after the game?
I do not, but that just resonated me from the briefing.
Yeah.
It's over.
Yeah. Guess what? He said, "We're not dead." And I guess he was kind of yelling it. "We're not dead," which tells me that he probably listened to that surgery episode that we gave when the whole team, basically the defense, went into surgery. So when you fight and you have people that are next to you that are doing what they're supposed to do, the results are sweeter than candy, even though we touched on candy earlier. And for them to experience the win, all of us to experience this win in the way we got it, the way we fight. And remember, I said, all grit, no quit.
Exactly.
You know, that's a phrase that like cowboys and cowgirls use that do rodeo circuits. That's what they say as far as like expressing their toughness. You know what? Let's go. So I'm happy. We're going to try to be the Grinch for people the rest of the season if we have to spoil their parties and parades. But well done to the Seahawks, to the organization, to Pete Carroll, John Schneider, Larry Izzo, Shane Waldron, everybody, Ken Norton Jr., and all the other coaches that I don't know in the squad and the 12s. We like winning.
Who doesn't like to win?
Exactly.
Nice win. Nice win. I've updated to a 3-2 finish for the Seahawks, which now has them finishing at 7-10.
Hey, one week at a time.
1 week at a time. You've always said that. So just a shout out to George, who I spoke with last week. George said Garoppolo would end up being the downfall of the 49ers season. He did not disappoint against the Seahawks.
Did he say that?
Yeah. Oh, he said happy feet. He kept saying happy feet. I'm the one
that's cyber talk for you. Yeah. You know what? That's one thing about Garoppolo too. When he takes a shot, he doesn't like to take another shot.
He doesn't like taking another shot.
And Carlos Dunlap, man, hat off to you. I saw you balling, and I saw you shut the game down on a defensive stop as well. So it was a good day. It was a good day to be a 12.
All right, let's get that skull horn ready. You hear Vikings, I want to hear a freaking skull horn.
Hold on. So all passengers, put your seatbelts on. We're about to experience some turbulence. This is your captain speaking.
Okay. Let's get to the Week 13 recap of the Vikings at Detroit. Prior to kickoff, there were some questionable moves by the Vikings. Rookie left tackle Christian Darrisaw was ruled out. So the almighty Zim decided to move his right guard to left tackle, slide his center to cover the right guard position, and then insert the backup center into the starting lineup. What is he doing?
That sounds like a board game that...
Exactly. Offensive lines need to be cohesive, and making multiple moves can cause nothing but chaos and confusion. for your own team. Coach Zimmer needs to seek out some professional help. Actually, no, he does not. He needs to turn in his playbook and his building credentials. The wait is over.
You gonna show off his access?
The wait is over. Get out.
Turn his access off. He's no longer allowed in.
Let's get to the game. What an embarrassment. I don't think I can wear my Viking gears this week. After this loss. I can't wear the Vikings gear. The Vikings. They kicked 2 field goals after drive stole to take a 6-0 lead. Both drives, they should end it with touchdowns. Here's why this is important. They would have taken the fight out of the 0-10-1 Lions early. They would have mailed it in.
They traded
and
blows.
They could have coasted.
They let them trade blows with you.
Instead, the Lions scored the next 20 points to take a 20-6 lead into the half.
I have to tell you, when I saw that score,
you weren't calling me.
I need to tune into this game. This is out of control.
They also were going to receive the second half kickoff with a 26 lead. As has been the script all year, the Vikings gave up 6 points with less than 2 minutes to go before the half. Again, and I'll talk about that later in my fun fact, which they're no more longer fun. The third quarter started with the Vikings forcing a 3-and-out and by the Lions. And the Vikings closed the gap 20-9 with another Greg Joseph field goal. On the next drive, they finally found the end zone. Coach Zimmer called for a 2-point try, which failed. It was way too early in the game to be trying a 2-point conversion. And this madness would come back to hurt the Vikings. The Lions settled for a field goal on their next drive to extend their lead to 23-15. Minnesota followed that up with a 10-play, 76-yard TD drive, but again decided to go for 2, which failed again.
Oh, man.
The score now stood at 23-21. If they kick those 2 extra points, it's tied.
And the object is to win.
The object is to win. Minnesota got the ball back with about 4 minutes to go and scored another TD and then failed another 2-point try to take a 27-23 lead with 1:50 left in the game and no timeouts for the Lions. What happened on the Lions' final drive of the game was pathetic.
Please, let's share that with us.
Only rushing 3 guys, with the rest of the defense giving up a 10-yard cushion, the Lions marched down to the Vikings' 11-yard line with 14 seconds left. During the drive, the Vikings missed a tackle, which allowed the Lions player to get out of bounds, which probably saved 10 seconds, which would prove to be huge. After a false start by the Lions, they completed a short pass and got out of bounds with 4 seconds left. Here we are. The final play of the game. I cannot believe what I've just watched. And I knew they were going to score. I knew it. Cornerback Cameron Dantzler and safety Xavier Woods started their coverage on the goal line and inexplicably dropped back another 5 yards into the end zone as the play started. What do they think is going to happen? The Lions receiver stopped his route right at the goal line, went to the ground, and Jared Goff, the QB for the Lions, hit him with a low pass for the game winner. What is that coverage? Again, on this play, the Vikings only rushed 3 players. So Goff had plenty of time and no pressure. Prevent, hear this. Hear it, write it down, put it on your forehead, put it in the locker room. Prevent defense prevents you from winning the game. It's awful to watch. Awful to watch. And you know what? I actually did throw up a little in my mouth during this play. And you know what? The hamburger definitely tastes better the first time. It was awful. Awful. Zimmer, he's a beaten man. And the Vikings now sit with the number 10 pick in the draft. I know there's not enough time to get him out of here prior to Thursday night game against the Steelers, but let's get an interim coach after that. The OC, Clint Kubiak, he's a baby. He's in the first year as an offensive coordinator. He's not the guy. And Zimmer's son, he's going with Zimmer. He's not going to be the interim coach. Get him out of here.
Clean house.
So No, after the steal, get him out. Get them all out. The co-defensive coordinator, the other defensive coordinator is Adrian Peterson. He has respect to the players. He's been with the Vikings since 2014. I do not think he's a long-term answer, but let's get him in there now. Anyone is better than Zimmer at this point. Pull the trigger. The Vikings now stand at 5-7. 5-7. Awful. They should at least be 7-5. 5-7. I could coach them better as a part-time job than Zimmer coached them as a full-time job. So, the Steelers are coming to U.S. Bank Stadium this Thursday. The Steelers are coming up a win against the Ravens and now have a record of 6-5-1. Let's get to some fun facts.
A couple thoughts real quick on your game.
If you got a second. I need a moment.
Now, I did go back and watch the debacle the game before with Kirk Cousins lining up under the guard. That was actually hilarious to me because I wasn't as invested as you are, but do you think that has anything to do with what's going on them sidelines?
I think it's the pressure of the coach. What I will say about Cousins, you can't blame Cousins for a lot of these losses. He's got them in a position or he's got them in the lead, and Zim, the defensive guru, screws it up. Cousins is not the problem.
I mean, the prevent defense for your team this year hasn't helped you once.
Not once.
So why, and again, if it's not something that's working in the middle of the game or the beginning of the game, why would you run that at the end of the game? It's different to me than the kneel down formation when you have victory secured. You don't have victory secured. Go with what the heck's been working for you.
Well, I read an article that Coach Zim, when they called it Zimmer ball, when Zimmer ball was working for his defense, he'd get up by 2 scores and then he'd just run, try and run the clock out.
That's
and it worked because he had a great defense. But we talked how many defensive players are out. You have to adapt. You have to change. You have to stay current. This guy does not stay current. It's done. Zim, go coach somewhere else and play prevent defense. Get out of here.
That's a bad trait to me right there. You automatically are ready to put your foot on the brakes.
Yes.
He's played football before, hasn't he?
Did you ever see Belichick put his foot on the brakes?
No. And when he does,
he'll score 90.
If he takes the brake lines out before he plays games.
He'll take 90.
If he can, because when you do that, the mentality of the person playing and that group of people playing is not about letting up at all. There's a funny line on the there's a funny quick comment that Marshawn Lynch made on the sideline one time where we had just scored again, and Marshawn goes up to Pete Carroll and go, can we basically keep this going? Like, we don't want to stop. We want to dominate our opponent.
You got to keep
and win the game
to the metal.
That's how you stay focused, and that's how you stay on it, man.
Safety Harrison Smith from Notre Dame, one of our tenured players, after the game, the next day said, "We played soft."
That's horrible.
Correct. This is a leader.
And the other thing is when you play that hard and you blow people out, guess what? It makes your team better because now you got guys that don't usually play. They get to go in and get game action and game film and get graded and get, feel that vibe of being a part of the team even deeper. So it makes your team better.
Exactly. All right, let's get one fun fact.
I know you're going to dig this.
The streak continues. All but one of Minnesota's games have been decided by 1 score.
That's true.
A not so fun fact. In the last 2 minutes, again, prior to halftime, the Vikings gave up a score. In fact, they gave up 2 scores in the final 2 minutes before the half. 2 field goals. The Vikings have now allowed 72 points in the final 2 minutes of the first half. The most for any team continues since the year 2000. Crazy. Game balls. I don't give them in losses, but JJ Dynamite.
His stat line looked really good. I don't know if you have it in front of you.
11 catches, 182 yards in the TD, despite being double teamed most of the day after Adam Thielen got hurt with an ankle injury in the first quarter. This dude, get ready with the skull horn. This dude, he is, if he's not the best receiver, he's top 3.
He's in there. And when Thielen went out,
there you go.
That was possibly the difference because look at what he did anyway. And I'm talking about Dynamite.
Yeah, yep.
He did it anyway. And Madison didn't have a bad game either from what I saw. He had some pretty good numbers.
Coach said he did okay. You know what? Coach said he missed some holes.
You talking about Coach Zimmer?
Yeah, Coach said he missed some holes. Hey, Coach, you missed some coaching opportunities.
Oh, man.
I'm listening.
Coach Zimmer couldn't be a mighty hero, could he?
No. He couldn't be a mighty zero.
He couldn't get in?
All right.
Let's
get to some breaking news this week. You guys are going to dig this one.
I love it. Let's get it.
I read an article on yesterday, that hinted that former San Francisco coach and current Michigan coach, Jim Harbaugh, wants to return to the NFL. From 2011 to 2014, he led the 49ers to 3 appearances in the NFC Championship, 1 appearance in the Super Bowl, 2 NFC West titles, and the team never finished with a losing record with him in charge. Wow. It's not often that there's a guy outside of the league with a 70% career winning percentage in the NFL who is possibly available. I'm saying, I know I like Brian DeBall, but you know what? This guy jumps ahead of him. Kick the tires on this guy and see if there's any interest.
Might be something there.
And he's in Michigan, not far from Minnesota.
True. And one thing I need to mention really quickly for the 12s before they get mad at me is that Adrian Peterson is on our squad now.
He is.
He tied a touchdown record with Jim Brown. I forget the number. I want to say
passed Jim Brown.
126 or 127, something like that. Okay, he did pass him.
That one got him.
Shout out to you, AP. You played and ran hard. And welcome to the Seahawks Nation, brother.
Exactly. You know what? If I can run a 40-yard dash, AP, you can get in the end zone one more time.
And he did.
Exactly.
And we're going to get him in there some more.
So you know what? You broke a record. I broke a record. What now? Let's go.
And a finger and a hammy and an ankle.
And a lot of things. All right. One more thing before we get on to the picks. Outside the box with the real deal. Last week, this hurt me to say it so many times. Last week, we mentioned the Washington football team a bunch of times. How many times do I got to say the Washington football team? Washington football team, Washington football team. What gives with them? Still not having a name. It's been over a year. So, me getting so aggravated with having to say the Washington football team 35,000 times, I did some research and I found out they are now down to 8 names.
They're down to 8?
They're down to 8 names. So I'm going to give you guys the 8 names.
Okay. And
maybe get a little feedback.
Let's do it.
So
can Top Gun get in on this one?
He can. He's going to move the microphone closer. So we got a lot of complaints last week. We want to hear Top Gun's voice. Where is his voice? It doesn't exist.
And if you didn't catch it, his number 1 superhero was Nightcrawler. So
Nightcrawler.
Go back and check that out. And then his number 2 was the Hulk.
The Hulk. All right. So here's the 8 names. No specific order. The Red Pigs.
No.
Out.
Defenders.
No.
I don't think so. I got to hear more.
Armada.
No.
Presidents.
No.
Absolutely not.
Squad.
No.
No.
Commanders.
They've been listening to the show. I don't know about that one.
Red Wolves.
Is there something in the region about red wolves?
Yes.
I kind of like
that. It's a
that.
distinct animal. It's an animal that's almost extinct.
Is it only in
not
Washington?
A distinct animal?
Is it exclusive to DC?
In that area, it's
in
almost
Virginia.
Yes.
Okay.
Really?
I'm liking that.
Yep. And the Washington football team.
You hit us with that one late. That was
now
funny.
the Red Pigs is in reference to keeping part
red
of the name
pigs
from
or
the
wolves.
Red Pigs. It's I'm giving you the reason for the first one that you guys totally dismissed, but I'm going to tell you why they think this one might fit. The Red Pigs is because it's part of the Redskins and it's part of the Hogs group in the stands. They used to show up dressed as hogs.
Yeah, I'm familiar with
for the offensive line. So they tried to put something together. But I think Red Pigs, that could just go sideways in a
well, yeah, why don't they? Because is it a Razorback? Because if it's a Razorback pig, maybe they should go with the Razorback.
That's a hog, though.
And okay, so they're not
is a hog.
Yeah.
Well, that's what they used to the people.
But a pig sounds like a farm pig.
Yeah, Razorback sounds.
I'm just so these are, and you know, I'm going Red Pig.
I'll vote for Red Wolves.
Yeah. Red Wolves. So Red Wolves win here. So
the Wolves.
And it was Destroyers number 2.
No, it was Defenders. Now, what they're doing for Defenders is because Washington D.C. is the capital of predicament Armada. So Ron Rivera likes Defenders, Armada, Presidents, Squad, and Commanders.
You can't have the Defenders without the Hulk, right?
No.
And Mr. Fantastic and I can't give him that.
And the Mighty Heroes.
Yeah, I like the Red Wolves, especially because there's history to their region.
So we're gonna
you could do a lot with the Wolves.
Absolutely,
we're gonna do the Red Wolves, and they
have a good howl when the game starts.
They got a lot of fun with that.
The crimson.
But you know what? Enough with the Washington football team.
Yeah, let's move out of there.
Come on. All right. Whew. All right, let's get to it. Let's get to the Week 14 picks.
Yo, it's time for the picks, the weekly predictions by them guys. Get your notebooks out because they rarely miss.
Make way for Captain Book. When he makes his picks, you can't touch this dude. Reppin' Hawks in the Emerald Nation. All units, battle stations. So welcome to the battle zone. It's a place where Captain Book is never alone. With his guy, be gold by his side. Sporting purple, always ready to ride. A real Viking maniac. Never afraid to go on the attack. And when needed and comes the real deal, he's got a real feel for NFL skill. So listen close and get the word. Don't be the one who hadn't heard about Captain Book and Be Gold. Dropping knowledge, truth be told. Hugo Picks. Battle tested.
Picks time. Picks time.
What up? Get your paper. Get your notepads out.
Picks time. All right. Both the Cap and the real deal. We both went 7-6 for week 13.
I got to do better.
Cap is now at 111 wins, 66 losses. And I checked in at 106 wins and 71 losses. Cap, his lead remains at 5 games.
And you broke the century mark.
I did.
Welcome to the stratosphere.
I did, and there was, I would have had another victory if I didn't tell you about Mike Glennon.
Yeah,
but that's okay. I got to get the information out there. All right, let's move on to the games this week. Week 14, Thursday, 8 p.m. Pittsburgh visits the Vikings. These two teams have met each other 120 times. With you know what? I didn't update this. Who cares how many times they met? I'm just going to give you the score.
These are new squads anyway.
Exactly.
Thursday night, y'all are up.
I got Pittsburgh 27, Minnesota 24.
What? Did you just do that?
Steelers 27, Vikings 24.
Wow. I did not think I'd see that. I'm not even rolling that way. I got you, Scourgers. I see Minnesota representing at home 31-20 over Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh shocked some people last week. They ain't gonna be able to do that on that fast turf where JJ and Madison and Kirk Cousins are at home.
There is a method to my madness.
Oh, I know. You want Zimmer out of there.
Well, that's one thing, but I'm not a bettor. But when I bet in the past, which is very infrequent, every time I bet Minnesota, they lose.
So you need to make a bet to make this happen?
Yes. So I think I need to reverse course here. Put $5 down, lose the $5 and get a win.
All for your squad.
All for my squad. I'll do anything for the Vikings.
I believe it.
That's my logic.
Okay. I mean, I don't know. I'm surprised, honestly, that you're not betting for your crew. Let me give you a chance. I want to give you a chance to switch that up, brother.
Nope.
No. Oh, okay.
I'm not doing it.
All right.
I'm not doing it.
All right, let's go.
All right. Seattle.
Yes, sir. What up, Emerald Nation?
Boy, this was the episode we needed video. Because the befuddled look on these two guys' faces.
I couldn't believe it.
Cannot be matched. Cannot be matched.
I couldn't believe it. But hey, it is what it is. Everybody got to do what they do.
Seattle at Houston. I got Seattle. Even with the loss of Jamal Adams, they're winning easily on the road, 27-10.
Now, you know, I do not use the easy reference when it comes to NFL games.
I know we're gonna have some fun with that today.
But we got the 1 o'clock game in Houston, and I know Jamal's out, but my man Ryan Neal is going to step up big like he always does. Seattle Seahawks with my man Russell Wilson and the rest of the crew. Coaches, everybody aligned. Seattle 34, Houston 7. We coming for somebody.
34-7. Wow. All right. We're pretty similar. All right. Let's get to the week 14 other game predictions. Woo!
What up, Mr. Flair? Welcome back.
Step into a Slim Jim.
Oh, Randy Savage is up in here too?
We got a double deuce of wrestlers today. Double deuce.
Start tearing stuff up in here. Like you and Zimmer. Locking horns.
Exactly. What is it? The cage match?
Cage matches, all of that.
Yeah, I'll throw a chair over you, Zimmer. I don't care. All right, let's get to Baltimore.
Right, let's do it.
By the way, Cap has restructured the picks because
I'm tired of losing track.
So he comes into my office and he goes, "Be gold. You got to follow this format." I said, "All right, Cap, whatever you need, buddy." All right, Baltimore at Cleveland. I got a close game with the home team pulling it out. It's game of the week for me. Cleveland 24, Baltimore 23.
Yeah, Baltimore threw me for a loop last week. I'm going to represent the Ravens this week. I think they're going to go ahead and get Cleveland. Baltimore 24, Cleveland 17 inside the doghouse.
All right, you got Baltimore going into Cleveland. I don't know what you know what? I might want to rethink that because Mayfield, I don't know if is Mayfield playing?
That I don't know. If I did know, I would tell you, though.
Okay.
I don't know for sure.
Let me look in your eyes. You tell me the truth?
Yeah, 100%. I ain't fronting.
Oh, Seattle Socrates already told us you're an honest man. So.
I appreciate my brother for coming through for me like that.
Here's the lock of the week. The lock of the week. I haven't been good at him lately. Here's the lock of the week. Jacksonville at Tennessee.
With the offensive coordinator, Darrell Bevell.
Yeah.
Thanks to Top Gun breaking it down for us.
So Tennessee wins easily at home, 24-13.
See, I have a tighter win. I do have Tennessee winning 21-14, though.
21-14.
Yeah, Jacksonville, if you check their stats, they're pretty competitive, but they're not on all cylinders right now.
All right, let's move on. The Raiders visiting Kansas City. I got Kansas City winning easily at home, 30-17.
Wow, I have Kansas City winning also, but I got it a little bit tighter. I have Kansas City 31, the Las Vegas Raiders 28.
28, close game. Okay, I struggled with this one. New Orleans at the Jets. Although it's Sunday 1 p.m. game. But I got the Jets winning easily at home.
Easily?
23-13.
All right, what up to my family in Louisiana, California, everybody that's representing the boot. I'm riding with the Saints. I'm riding with y'all. New Orleans 31, New York Jets 21.
How are they scoring 31 points and have a quarterback?
You're going to find out. You're going to find out.
Did you see the last game was a joke? He ran like 35 times in a row.
They ran a high school offense because they had no choice. So now Coach Payton's going to have to show you why he's an offensive guru.
Okay, I got another easy victory coming up right here.
He loves saying easy to get me going. Man.
Game of the week. This is game of the week. Another game of the week. Dallas at Washington. Washington football team has been on a roll. This game could go either way. Zeke, we don't know you're going to get a Zeke week in and week out. You know, I'm going to stay with the hot hand. I'm taking Skins. Oh, the Washington football team 27, Dallas 24.
All right, I got Dallas coming in hot, 24-21. Rivalry game. It's going down. Dallas Cowboys get the dub.
Okay, let's move on to another easy victory here. Atlanta at Carolina. Superman, he's a shell of what he used to be. The kryptonite is out in Atlanta. The Falcons fly by Superman and Carolina 24-20.
I like that intro. That's nice, man. I like that. I got Atlanta getting it done 21-20.
So you see the cap. He's pushed Superman to the curb.
I think Atlanta's got a better squad.
2 weeks in a row.
Atlanta has a better squad.
How many times can Superman, diss the cat? 2 weeks in a row? That's enough. He's out.
That's it.
He's out.
I'm moving on. Atlanta's got this.
All right. Imagine this, the first 4 o'clock game, another easy victory.
Detroit's a heck of a squad, though.
The Lions are still in disbelief that they actually won.
They got a win and a tie?
The Broncos win at home, 20-17.
Yeah, Denver should hold that down at home, 28-14. Detroit will come in feeling themselves, but Denver's going to let them know who they are.
And I'm sure Teddy Two Gloves is not going to be the difference.
I don't know who's going to make it happen, but somebody's going to make it happen.
Okay.
This should have been the lock of the week right here.
What, Giants at the Clippers? I mean, the Chargers? No.
Did you see the cannon unleashed last Sunday by the Chargers quarterback?
I did.
That man threw it across the field about 60 yards in the air, something like that.
You know what? I got him on my 11. I got him on my 11 and 12-1 now fantasy football team. He's my starting quarterback.
Okay.
So,
what you got?
LA Chargers win easily at the Meadowlands. Oh, it's not the Meadowlands. It's their own house. They win 30-17.
The LA Chargers will use their bolts to jolt the New York Giants.
Nice trying to catch up with the Superman thing. 34-10. But yeah, it's good. Improv.
Try to throw something in there.
Improv at the house. That was good.
Try to throw something in there for you, brother.
That was good. All right.
Now, you picked the Chargers too, right? I want to make sure I didn't miss that.
Yeah, I picked
Okay.
30-17. We're spot on.
All right.
All right. The 49ers
Uh-oh.
coming off a heartbreaking loss to the Seahawks with Mr. Happy Feet Garoppolo. They travel to Cincinnati. This should be a really good, easy game.
I can't even look at you no more right now. No, I can't do it.
But the home team will prevail 23-20, Cincy.
Oh, close one. Just like me, I have a 3-game win for the Cincinnati Bengals. 24-21. Knocking the Frisco Niners back another game.
Okay. Here's another game of the week. This should be great, too. Buffalo visits Tampa Bay. The Bills, they lose to New England, who only threw 3 passes. And they now travel to Tampa Bay, where there's going to be a lot of passes. And they're going to lose again, easily, to the Bucks, 27-24.
Yeah, like I said last week, I thought Buffalo was for real, and if they didn't win against the Patriots, I can't ride with them right now. Tampa Bay is going to get that work done. 31-17 in Tampa Bay.
Nice.
Gronk's going to show up again.
The Gronk, the big man.
Yes, he is.
He talks like a fool, but he's a big man.
That's my guy
I'm not
right
messing
there.
with
That's my dude.
All right.
Good dude.
We got the Bears at the Packers. Sunday, 8 p.m. game. Again, I can't say it enough this week. This is another easy victory, Cap. 27-13 Packers.
Oh, man. Sunday night football. You got to love it. I got to take the Green Bay Packers here 28-10 over Chicago. Chicago hasn't shown me enough yet. And Green Bay showed me quite a bit this year. Even though I don't like it, I got to face it. Got to face it.
Now,
here we go. This should be a good
Rams
one.
at Arizona. This is the only not easy game of the week.
Okay.
Only one. But it's another really good game. And Arizona's getting healthy. They got the QB back. They got the wide receiver back.
DeAndre Hopkins.
They're getting healthy.
Did you see that catch?
I did.
Woo.
Stafford, if you hit Stafford a couple times, it's not that you rattle him. He's just too many hits.
The defensive fronts for both of these defenses bring the heat.
Yeah, too many hits.
So
too many hits.
If they don't pick up blitz packages, you have a problem.
So typically at home you get a 3-point cushion. I see that's the difference here. I see Arizona 31, Rams 28.
Wow, I see a 3-point difference as well. I see Arizona and LA Rams locking horns. They know each other very well. Intimate division rivalry. I'll be very interested in this game. I see Arizona winning it 34-31, but if they both would tie, and help us climb, I'm good.
I can't believe you said that. You screwed me up.
I did?
Because I was going to say, he don't want nobody to win.
I don't.
He wants a tie.
I want all NFC teams
to
in
tie.
the West.
So Seahawks can get by him by a half game.
Whatever it takes, baby. We just want to get in the dance, but it's 1 week at a time, and we coming for you.
Exactly. All right. Let's move over to the Fantasy Football League. Here comes Mr. Johnny King in the background.
JK, what's up, brother?
With the fantasy football update. The real deal. I didn't update this either. I won. As well as Cap's team, Destiny's Travelway.
Yes, we did.
Cap's up to 3-10. I'm now at 9-4. Nobody can catch me. No, I think I'm gonna make. I have 98% chance to make the playoffs. As long as I don't lose. I think there's only one more week left in fantasy before you go to the playoffs. So I think there's either 1 or 2 weeks left.
Do you think we'll make the playoffs? Destiny Travelways?
No. No.
I'm pretty sure we can't make the playoffs.
You're unspoiled. Yeah,
we can't make it.
You were out 3 weeks ago. You're on spoiler.
There's something we can do, though.
Yeah, you're on spoiler. So, run down the lineups here pretty quick. Josh Allen, Cordell Patterson, Robinson, running back, Diggs, Kupp, tight end Ertz, flex Elijah Mitchell, Arizona defense, Greg the Leg Joseph the kicker. Is there anybody on the bench I might put in? Yeah, you know what? I'm probably gonna get Deebo Samuel back in if he's healthy in place of Elijah Mitchell, but he's questionable, so we'll see. Other than that, fantasy, we're gonna really start amping up this section when we get to the playoffs. Well, at least I will, since you have to play to ramp it up.
Yeah, well, as the Seahawks go, so does Destiny Travelways. We got our WN 139.64 to 79.02. That's a straight up blowout. So here's who we got balling. Russell Wilson back in the saddle against Houston's defense. I like that. Kenyon Drake for the Raiders going up against Cincinnati's defense. It'll be tough sledding, but it is what it is. Javonte Williams is going against Detroit. He's the Denver running back. Jalen Waddle's on a bye, and I do not have a replacement for him right now, so I got to figure that out. Same with A.J. Brown, who's on IR, so we got some problems there.
I could trade your wide receiver.
No more trades with your squad, buddy. We still going with Jason Myers. He recovered a little bit. We got CeeDee Lamb going in as a flex against Washington. That should be fun. And, of course, I'm starting Mr. George Kittle. Maybe he can get me another 39, almost 40 burger. Our defense, Seattle defense, going against Houston, ride or die regardless. And kicker Jason Myers is also back in our saddle against Houston. Let's see if we can get another win and slow your momentum down into the playoffs.
Yeah, I just want you to,
That's all we can do.
I hope you're playing somebody I need to lose. That'd be great.
You know we play each other, right?
Oh, this week?
Yeah, it's us.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah, we lock horns against your squad.
lock
The real
horns.
deal.
You want me to sit a couple players?
Now do what you do.
All right.
Hey, if we put up 139, it still might not be enough to beat you guys. You guys have put up like 180 almost in some weeks.
All right.
So.
Scolders, 12s, and all you football fanatics. Thanks for tuning in today. It was another fun ride. Make sure to get the word out on the street. Check out all of our episodes. The Vikings, after another crushing defeat, there's been many this year, currently sit at 5-7, which puts them outside of the playoffs with the top 10 pick. If the playoffs were to start today, we ain't dancing. The Vikings need to win 4 out of the last 5, which will put them at 9-8, just to have a possibility to sneak them in to the 6th or 7th seed. If they lose this Thursday to the Steelers at home, upper management should clean out the leaders who can't get it done. This includes Coach Zimmer and what is left of the coaching staff.
Beagle's bringing the heat.
Who's ever left from that coaching staff and management, they need to take a long, hard look at their younger players to see who has a chance to remain with the incoming staff. Cap?
Yes, sir.
I know you always put a positive spin on your team. I can't do it.
Well, here's what I have to say. To the Scolders, I hesitate to welcome you to the Lonely Hearts Club, so I won't do it. Keep your heads up. Know that Detroit is a professional and good football team. Refocus this week. That's in your rearview mirror. Don't lose grasp of your playoff hopes. Skol on like you always do. Go get your dub and beat Pittsburgh. 12s. You see how we do it. This is what it looks like when we go all out. All gas, no brakes. I said it, that it would look nice once we got it done, and we did. Coach Waldron, I see you, bro. Now, I want you to know that everybody here, don't be running around out there scared. We don't do that. We just go forward, and that's what I want to see the Scolders do. So thanks for traveling with Destiny Travelways, everybody. We sure hope you are all enjoying this absolutely fantastic voyage. We love y'all. Go Scolders into the 12s and the entire Emerald Nation. Go Hawks. Peace.
Skol, baby. Skol. Let's get it. Thursday.
Skol on, baby.